Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sobat Karima Studio, apakah Islam menindas wanita? Jawabannya tidak. Justru sebaliknya, Islam itu sangat memuliakan para wanita. Baiklah, mari kita simak bagaimana penjelasan Dr. Sabeel Ahmed yang menunjukkan bahwasannya Islam sungguh sangat memuliakan para wanita. Mari kita simak.
Wonderful, thank you. Yes, brother.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. My friend invited me here today. There's a narrative that's in America that's growing stronger that Islam mistreats women, work, political work, and everything like that. I hope you don't mind me asking the question.
Thank you. That's a really good question. What does Islam say about women? Because there is a narrative out there that Islam oppresses women. Let me get a quick yes and no from the sisters up there, the Muslim ladies. Is somebody oppressing you? Louder. Louder. Alhamdulillah. Right. It's really important, my dear. What's your name?
It's Eric.
Brother Eric, right? Brother Eric. Many a times, people judge a person's faith based upon the cultural practices. And sometimes the media only highlights the practices when they want to define a faith. So it's really important. We cannot judge any faith based upon the fallible humans and their practices. Important, right? So before Islam came to Arabia, women did not have the rights that we enjoy right now. They were taken as property, they were inherited from generation to generation, but Islam came to uplift women equal to men in the eyes of God, different responsibilities, but equal reward if they fulfill those responsibilities, right? Number one. Look at the wonderful honor that Islam has given to the mothers, right? To the mothers. One time, a Muslim came to Muhammad, peace be upon him, and asked him a really important question, that, O Messenger of God, who should my love, my admiration, and my honor should go towards? Of all the people in the world, who should I respect and honor and admire the most? Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, your mother. Then the person asked the question, okay, fine, who next? And the Prophet said, your mother, right? And the third time the person asked the question, okay, who next? And the Prophet said, your mother, right? And the fourth time the person asked the question, and the Prophet said, your father. So if mothers and fathers, if we were playing the spiritual Olympics, the gold medal goes to the mother, so does the silver and the bronze medals, and poor dads like me, they come home with a participation prize, right? Love and respect that Islam has given to the mothers. He said, Muhammad, peace be upon him, that paradise lies under the feet of your mothers. Honoring and respecting and obeying, that's one of the ways for a Muslim to go to paradise. One time when I was in St. Louis for an open house, a non-Muslim lady, maybe in her 80s, she came, she listened to the presentation, and then she started to cry. I asked her, my dear sister, why are you crying? And she said, I am so amazed at the honor, the rights and the respect that you are saying that Islam has given to women, because I also mentioned to her that there is no such thing in Islam as a nursing home. The nursing home for the parents is the home of the child. That's how much, right? When it comes to the wives, Islam, Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said that the best amongst you is the one who is the best towards your wife. Regarding the daughters, in that time, before Islam came to them, women were going through the dark ages, to such an extent that it was a shame for any home in which a baby girl was born. It was a thing of shame for them. So what they used to do is once the baby girl is born, they used to wrap her up and took her to the cemetery and dug a hole and buried the baby girls alive. Can you imagine? That was the state of darkness. Islam came to prohibit infanticide. Islam uplifted women, and Muhammad, peace be upon him, he said, if anyone has 3 daughters, even 2 daughters, if a person gives them the proper upbringing, good character, good education, good name, they would be in paradise with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Look at this. He pulled them out from the dark ages, uplifted women, and mentioned that by taking care of our ladies, that's one of the ways of going to paradise. And lastly, you'll be surprised to find out, Brother Alex, right? Eric, you'll be surprised to find out that the wonderful rights that Islam has given to ladies. You know, not until 1920s in this country, after the suffrage, the struggles and the rallies, our women, they won the right to vote in 1920. Islam gave them the right, not culture by the way, Islam gave them the right to have a say in the political process way back in the 7th century. Islam gave women the right to own property and to sell property. In our country, so I'm coming from Illinois. In the state of Illinois, maybe similar in California, a married Caucasian lady, she won the right to own property. Not African Americans, not Hispanic, Indian, Pakistani. A Caucasian married ladies in 1861, they won the right to own property. Islam gave them the right in the 7th century. They have the right to work. They have the right to keep the last name and not change the last name to the husband's last name. So when I got married, I went to DuPage County, Yasser. I went to DuPage County, right, for the marriage certificate. So when I went there, the clerk, before writing the names of myself and my wife, he looked to my wife and he asked her the question, "Oh, Mrs. Nahid, what should we change your last name to?" She looked at him in an angry face and she said, "Why would you like to change my name? Change his name," right? Come on. She knows her rights, right? That's a Muslim lady. She has the right to gain education. No one can take that away, Brother Eric. If somebody is doing it in some country, we blame them, but not Islam. Not only she has the right to gain education, she has the obligation to gain education to such a degree that they were empowered. Our Muslim ladies, surprising. The oldest continuous university in the history of humanity, it was made by a Muslim lady, Eric, wearing the hijab. Do you know that? So so this is in Morocco, which is called as the University of Qarawiyyin, built in the year 859, way before Oxford and Harvard and Cambridge and Penn State or any campus. It were the Muslim lady by the name of Fatima Al-Fahri. 859, she laid the foundation for the oldest continuous university in the whole world. I can go on and on, but the point is made, right? Empowered by these rights, our ladies, the Muslim ladies, way back 7th, 8th, 9th centuries, they were the initiators of hospitals and pharmacies and yes, universities. So culture does not do justice. Islam is perfect. Muslims are imperfect. Just like we don't blame Christianity for the abuses that we see by some priests and pastors, unfortunately. We don't want to hold Christianity responsible for what KKK may be doing. We don't want to hold Hinduism responsible for what the atrocities going on there. We don't want to hold the Buddhism responsible for the Buddhist monks are doing to the Muslims up there. In the same way, we don't want to hold Islam responsible for the misguided Muslims. If you want to know what Islam is, read the Quran. Look into the life of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and you will find that Islam will bring justice, morality, unity, and peace for all of humanity, and that's the status of women in Islam.
Sangat gamblang sekali apa yang disampaikan oleh Dr. Sabeel Ahmed. Jadi sangat jelas bahwasanya Islam itu tidak seperti yang dituduhkan oleh para feminis dan juga orang-orang orientalis barat yang selama ini menuduh bahwasanya Islam itu sangat menindas para wanitanya. Baiklah, sampai di sini dulu perjumpaan kita. Silakan bagi Anda yang belum subscribe, diklik subscribe-nya, kemudian like dan share. Sampai jumpa pada video yang akan datang. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.